I am tired. I've spent the past 5 months in 5 different countries, and I'm finally here in Vancouver, Canada, where I am gonna settle down in my new apartment, which is obviously quite empty. So I will be doing a whole apartment tour for you guys soon. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss that. But today I want to talk to you about travel burnout because it is so real, and I feel like we really don't talk about this enough. We talk about how exhilarating and eye-opening and amazing travel is, but we don't really talk about how exhausting it is, because it is so exhausting. And I am honestly quite burnt out from travel, so I'm so excited to be staying here for a while. However, there are a few things that I make sure I do and I incorporate into my travel that I've learned over the years. I've been to 41 countries now, which is still mind-boggling to me, but I used to travel super frantically. I was one of those backpackers that would stay in a hostel a night and hike a mountain and then go to the pub crawl the same day, and then I would just run myself to the ground and I'd come home. For long-term travel, if you want to travel long-term, if you want to move to a different country and work from home abroad, or if you want to go backpacking or even take multiple trips a year and still come home and feel rejuvenated, it's so crucial to take these extra steps to feel good about your travel, to get the most out of it, and also to be able to function properly and, have the experiences that you want to have. So today I want to share some of my tips that I live by to avoid travel burnout, because it is so real and it's so important to avoid it. I'm going to start with my 5th tip and work backwards to my 1st, so make sure you watch until the end of the video to see what my number 1 burnout hack is. My 5th tip is to journal and meditate. These are practices I talk about all the time on my channel. I think they are so vital for physical and mental health. And when you're traveling, you're around so many different people, your surroundings are always changing, and I think it's so important to return to your inner self and to reflect on the experiences you're having, the people you're meeting, whatever it is, to truly have a meaningful trip. When I'm traveling, I like to meditate in the morning and then journal right after. Sometimes I'll go for a walk and take my journal with me, maybe go to a cafe or the beach and just write a short journal about how I'm feeling to really gauge what's going on inside of me and fill myself up and really understand what I need in that moment. Often while we're traveling, we're with a lot of other people and we don't really have a lot of personal space. So it's so important to honor yourself and hold that space for your own feelings so you can fill up your cup first, because if you feel depleted of your own energy, then you're not going to have a good time no matter what you do. And this is the journal that I use. It's just a plain journal. I got it from Amazon, and I've been using journals like this for probably 5 years or more now. And I'll just free write. Sometimes I'll make lists. Sometimes I will write myself prompts and follow those if I need some inspiration. But I pour my heart out into this journal, and it's been so therapeutic for me to just free write in here. So I would highly suggest getting a journal like this. I will leave a link down below to the one that I have. As for meditating, I will often just meditate to Hertz frequencies. You can find them on Spotify or even here on YouTube, or I will do a guided meditation if I really need inspiration. I love Boho Beautiful's guided meditations. They really guide me into a space that is suitable for where I need to go. My 4th tip is getting enough electrolytes and taking supplements. Traveling is a huge stress on our body, whether we realize it or not. It is putting stress on our nervous system. We are changing our circadian rhythm. We're going to high altitudes when we're flying or hiking, whatever it is. And it's so important to bring our bodies back into homeostasis in whatever way we can. These effects may not be apparent at the beginning, especially if you're a new traveler, but over years you will see them. Like, I definitely have felt the pressures and the stress of travel on my body over the years, and these are some protocols and supplements I've added into my diet, especially while I'm traveling, to keep my health at its peak, because of course we also need to keep our immune systems at their peak if we're traveling during this time with COVID and everything else going on. So I love to take a good probiotic. I love to take electrolytes. These are actually the electrolytes I like to use. They're called Noon is the brand, and they're just tablets. You can stuff them in your backpack or your purse, whatever it is. Put them in a water bottle, put them in a cup of water, and you're good to go. These actually saved my life while I was in Brazil. Me and my friends, we definitely went all out in Brazil, and we were taking these every single day, and we were feeling a lot better than we would have if we didn't. The probiotic that I've been taking is by a brand called Seed. It's a probiotic daily symbiotic, and I actually found them from another YouTuber here. Her name is Annie Jaffrey, and I love her videos, and she talks about this a lot, so I wanted to try them out. Another way I support my adrenals and my endocrine system is by taking magnesium and ashwagandha. So ashwagandha is a natural herbal root, and magnesium is a mineral that we actually need in our bodies, and a lot of us are lacking. That helps with muscle tension and our nervous system and regulating our endocrine system. So these are two things that help me sleep better and also relax. When we are in unfamiliar situations or around a lot of people, maybe you're staying in a hostel, it's easy for our subconscious to be overactive and for us to just not feel at ease. Even if we don't realize it in the moment, our body might be on alert. So it's good to support ourselves in ways that we can relax on a cellular level. My next tip is grocery shopping, and this is probably my biggest hack while traveling. I talk about it all the time. I'm obsessed with grocery stores. If you've been following me, you know Mercadona in Spain and Chedraui in Mexico, and of course Trader Joe's and Whole Foods in the US. I take you guys to the grocery store with me all the time, and the reason for this is because your diet can get really messed up while you're traveling, and by going grocery shopping, you're able to really experience the true culture of the city or country that you're in, because you can see what they sell in the local markets. 2, you're saving a ton of money. Going grocery shopping is way cheaper than eating out most of the time. And 3, you are in control of what you put in your body. And especially if you're traveling long term, which is what I prefer to do now, which is another hack of mine, is traveling long term rather than going on short trips where you're having to fly really fast and go do a lot of things all at once. I'd prefer to spend more time in a place, go grocery shopping, make my own meals, really learn about the culture and become part of it. I feel like it's a lot healthier, and I feel better physically and mentally when I'm able to grocery shop and prepare my own meals, because I think cooking and preparing food is a very personal and emotional and spiritual process, because you are nourishing your body, you're feeding yourself, and it's important to be in control at times of what you put in your body. My second tip is to continue your workout routine while you're away. If you are familiar with my channel, you know that I completed my yoga teacher training, 200 hours. I am so big on movement. It's so important to me for my mental health, physical health, and emotional health. You can walk while you're traveling and move your body, but sometimes you need more than that. You need a good sweat. You need to get out of your head and into your body and just let go and release. I know I do. So when I'm traveling, if I don't have access to a space to do that outdoors or indoors, I will go to a class. I love going to group workout classes. It's a good way to learn about the culture and the lifestyle of the city that you're in. And if I don't have a class, I'll just go for a run outside if I'm able to in the country that I'm in. Some countries it's not really as normal to go for a run outside or go to the park and work out, but if I'm able to, I'll do that as well. Or I could just pull out a towel, lay it on the floor, and turn on a YouTube video from, I love Pamela Reif, I love Boho Beautiful Yoga Flows. You guys know I talk about them all the time, and I actually have another video on my channel about how you can stay in shape while you're traveling, and I'll link it in the screen so you can check it out. Moving your body is a fundamental way to avoid travel burnout. Lastly, this is my first and most important tip, is to take breaks. When you're traveling long term, you cannot be going every single day. You need to slow down, you need to take a break, to sleep in, to veg out, to just be with yourself, because it's so unsustainable to just constantly be on the run. And trust me, I've been there, I've done it, and I ran myself to the ground. So don't do that. Take it slow. It's a marathon, not a race. You want to take a day once a week to yourself. Maybe go get a massage, or maybe go for a walk, or just chill at a cafe, or even just chill in your Airbnb or hotel room. I highly suggest, if you can afford it, if you're backpacking or staying at hostels, to get a private room once a week, or maybe splurge and get a hotel room or an Airbnb and just relax. This is what will set you ahead in the long run. You will be able to go farther, travel more, have better experiences if you take the time to rest. But please, 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 if you are a traveler, if you want to travel more, be easy on yourself, take a break, because traveling will always be there and you want to be able to travel long term and for the rest of your life. So use these tips to avoid travel burnout, because it is real and we don't talk about it enough, and we need to talk about it more, because traveling is such a beautiful, fun, eye-opening way to experience the world, but we want to do it in a healthy and sustainable way. If you have any questions about any of these things, let me know in the comments down below. I would also love to know how you avoid travel burnout when you are on the go. I'll leave all the links I mentioned, and also to the electrolytes and my probiotic and the different supplements I take, in the description as well if you're interested, and of course my journal. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, hit subscribe if you haven't already. I would love if you hit the bell as well. Connect with me on Instagram and TikTok. I am super active on both of those accounts. The links are in the description. And last but not least, I do give travel consultations and clarity consultations. So if you are trying to travel soon, book a trip, figure out where you want to go, how to start traveling, whatever it is, book a consultation with me. The link is in the description. And for clarity consultations, I can help you gain clarity on your path, what your passion is, and how to use your superpowers and also your Ayurvedic dosha to figure out what you should be doing with your life. So you can book both of those down below in the description. And I think that is all. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a beautiful day. Bye.